Hello, class. Hello, Dr. Benson. The Dr. Bell response. Oh, and hello, group. Also, the Dr. Bell response. Okay. So Sierra talked about her personal opinion toward the actual project that Dr. Bell did. However, I'm not in disagreement. I mean, that's her own personal opinion. Through the premise taught with the theory maintained on a thesis. Well, the thesis in chapter 6 focuses on a specific topic. So this particular project does not focus on a specific topic explicitly. However, implicitly it does generalize some things, or is it, okay, let me just read what I have. Through a premise taught on theory to be maintained. Okay, that didn't sound right. But a thesis focus, I explain what a thesis is, and which is pretty much a summation of a specified topic. In the presentation given by Dr. Bell, his thesis talks about the value of his daughter's implicit androgyny as a female, and how there's no specific fluidity in how she is able to go back and forth from male to female. And then so in a heteronormative culture, the professors, normally professors, normally professors allow him to notice the outward lack of specificities, which are of those children who are in between gender, the gender fluidity. Gender roles are normally tied to masculinity and femininity, blues and pinks. So blues for masculine and pinks for feminine, different hues. But he's saying, what about the people who like the mixture of the two? So blue and pink normally equal, well, I'm thinking purple. Yeah, like a purple-ish. Well, blue and pink normally are a summation of a hue of purple. And he's saying, well, what about the people who like purple, who like both, who are more on the blue side, but are supposed to be mentally on the pink side for those who are comfortable with the androgynous feel of their daily characteristics. So what is Dr. Bell's discipline? Okay. I put it down here in my notes. He's a professor of media studies. Dr. Bell's discipline, he's a professor. And he does well at it, I guess, because he has people convinced that how he feels should be considered a normalized trait in a heteronormative society. What is Dr. Bell's thesis? He may have more than one. So his thesis is I mean, I'm generalizing the one that I have, in which his thesis reads that I wrote it down. He talks implicitly about the lack of androgyny in a heteronormative culture. The professor's discipline allows him to notice the outward lack of specificities of those children who are in between gender, which are gender roles that are normally tied to masculine and feminine teachings. Dr. Bell starts without his thesis. Dr. Bell starts without his thesis, normally. I mean, just in the beginning. Okay. Is/are his thesis these implicit or explicit? How do you know? Okay, so implicitly he talks about a generalized concept of superheroes and heteronormative in a dominant heteronormative society. But implicitly he talks about how androgynous his daughter is and how he would like for her to have more roles to mimic. And he explained this in detail, leaving no room for confusion. He wants you to know that this is something that is a bother for him and he would like change. Implicitly. He also asked where the female superhero things from the quote unquote heteronormative boy or male isolations. Yeah. Pillars. Where are the costumes that are aware of how societies are taught? Meditated thoughts are subjugated through media, distribution, technology, and devices, also corporate entities. And Sierra talks about how the 666 corporate entities are in alliance to helping us think, or giving us only 6 corporations to choose from in thought of how we would implicitly think about something from our heteronormative society as far as being consumers. And then let's see, what solutions? So the solutions are that he talks about. The solutions that Dr. Bell specifies are saying that he wants to see more female things in a male-dominant society, because those are the types of characters that someone like his daughter would like to play without being nailed negatively as a tomboy. And then Dr. Bell uses his thesis to address a set of problems, and that's what he does, and comes up with the final point of wanting to retain more merchandise as a person as a consumer of gender fluidity. Ultimately, during the evaluation, whether Dr. Bell's opening ideas and arguments are facilitated, his laughter closing out, it explains his argument. His argument is saying the same thing as when he came in. Hold on one second. Dr. Bell targets his audience as parents and consumers who are heteronormative that need to be more open-minded as in terms of gender fluidity and being a consumer of both male and female things, because the world now is different and more progressive, so it should be more accepting of the new normal. And lastly, okay. And so far, I just seen Sierra's. I think I'm early still, but if I have to go back and resubmit some information for everyone else who will later on comment, then I'll also do that. I'm leaving my notes up so you can look at that group.